that's an easy one for me. Businesses today are adopting new technologies faster than they learn how to secure them. And whether it's the cloud or IoT or blockchain or presently artificial intelligence, there's always a rush to adopt this new technology because of the promise of the features that it can bring, which is, of course, wonderful, and we should be doing that. However, rushing into adopting that technology before learning how to secure it is doing nothing more than just expanding the attack surface and putting the businesses and their customers more at risk. That's something that it's all about return to the basics. It's back to basics. Organizations today, given the remote work environment, have got to be disciplined about cybersecurity fundamentals. And it sounds funny, in 2023, saying that you've got to go back to the basics, but a lot of organizations got relatively lax when it comes to simple things like multi-factor authentication, basically relying on something other than just a username and a password to get access to a system. But that's something that most organizations still relied on, and the global pandemic that hit in early 2020 forced organizations to realize that that single point of failure was an insufficient protection. So they started to adopt things like multi-factor authentication. In addition to a username and password, have a challenge question or push a code to a mobile device that the user has, basically combining something that you know, something that you have, and something that you are, maybe a biometric fingerprint. Combining any two of the three dramatically reduces the chance of an attacker being able to guess your credentials and get access to that private information or access to that system. So what do organizations have to do to adapt to the new style, which is now 3 years old, about remote working? Go back to basics. And the one thing that you can do more than anything else, multi-factor authentication. One word: training. Education is vital. When you're adopting new software, new technologies, education. It's just like any new tool you might use. If you are going to use a chainsaw to cut down a tree, you're going to use some type of tool in woodworking shop, you need to understand how to use that tool properly. And new software is no different, whether it's commercial off-the-shelf software, a new open source software, or a new technology stack that you're using to develop software. You need to understand and be trained on that technology in order to use it effectively. Otherwise, it's equivalent to handing me a scalpel. I'm not a trained surgeon. I don't know how to heal people with a scalpel because I'm not trained. So train folks on the new software, the new technology, particularly with security, and make sure that they think about security as an aspect of software quality. So you've got a business in the process of adopting new software. They're going to think about all of the quality aspects of that software: functionality, performance, reliability. Include security as an aspect of software quality, and you will be able to adopt that software in a much more safe manner. In some instances and in some environments, it is stay up to date or die. It's evolve or perish. And I don't mean to sound dramatic, but it is true. If you're not keeping up with the latest advances in technology and improving your processes and using those technologies to improve your processes, you might lose a competitive advantage that you have. So I know organizations are sometimes reluctant because they take the philosophy of, if it isn't broke, I don't want to fix it. And there's a lot to be said about that. However, you always want to be analyzing, what can we do better? What can we do faster? What can we do more efficiently or less expensively? And if technology can enable that, you owe it to yourself to try to take advantage of it. So I know organizations can be reluctant to disrupt processes. However, disruption leads to competitive advantage. Disruption leads to evolution, and disruption leads to the capture of new markets that you might presently be blind to. So there are good business benefits, financial benefits. You also might open yourself up to new talent that you previously were not able to hire because you're adopting a new technology that can allow your business to grow and expand. So open your mind to new technologies that can be freeing, it can be liberating.